Communication and Networking online lecture series. In today's session, we are going to start a unit Network Security. In this session, today's topic is cryptography. So let's start with that. Now, whenever you want to send any data through the network, the important parameter is its network security and whether your data is physically or network oriented reliable or not, that is a main parameter. That means whenever you are sending your personal data, the security of that data is very important and it is highly prioritized. So, what is the parameters and how we can achieve this and what are the techniques for this, that we will see in this session. And this unit covers the cryptography, its algorithms, symmetric, asymmetric algorithms, firewalls, IP security concept. We will see all of them in detail. So first of all, let's start with the cryptography. Now let us see the introduction part of cryptography. So cryptography is a technique of securing information and communication through use of codes so that only those persons for whom the information is intended can understand and process it. That means whenever you are sending any data, only the desired user can understand this and they can only receive the data. It is most important. And the intruders who are not our desirable receivers, if they receive this data, that is undesirable and that should be avoided. So when highly private data is to be sent, the network security is required using the encryption methods. Now, this can prevent the unauthorized access to the information. So here, in this word cryptography, the prefix crypt means hidden and suffix graphy means writing. That means the cryptography stands for hidden writing so that only the desired receiver can understand what the actual data is. Now, we will consider features of cryptography. There are different requirements or features of cryptography. First one over here is the confidentiality. That means information can only be accessed by the person for whom it is intended and no other person except him can access it. That means the data which is very confidential is required to be sent. Cryptography can be used. That means only the person for which data is sent, only they can understand it and no other intruder can access the data and they cannot even understand it. They cannot even decode it. Next feature is integrity. Now integrity is what? Your information can be modified in storage or you can say in transition between sender and intended receiver without any addition to information being detected. That means integrity of data is the main feature of cryptography. Next parameter or next feature is non-repudiation. Now what is that? So the creator or sender of information cannot deny his or her intention to send information at later stage. That means if the data is not received correctly by the receiver, cryptography is there to resend the data which is highly confidential to the desired receiver only. So this is again the important feature of cryptography. Next feature is authentication. Here the identities of sender and receiver are confirmed as well as destination or origin of information is also confirmed. That means authentication at two ways or authentication at the sender and receiver side is also possible to ensure the secure communication. So these are the features of cryptography. We have seen the first feature, that is confidentiality. Second feature is integrity. Third feature is non-repudiation. And the fourth feature is authentication. There are various features of cryptography, but these four are the general and main features of cryptography which we have considered. Now let's move to the next topic, that is types of cryptography. Generally, there are basically two types of cryptography. First one is called as symmetric key cryptography, and the second one is called as the asymmetric key cryptography. These are the basic two types of cryptography algorithms, and based on that the cryptography systems are designed according to the requirement of data transfer. Let us see each of these in detail. First one is symmetric key cryptography. Now, it is an encryption system where the sender and receiver of message uses a single common key to encrypt and decrypt the message. That means the logic of encryption of the message which is to be sent is same throughout the message. That's why it is called as the symmetric key cryptography. Symmetric key systems are faster and simpler, but the problem is that sender and receiver have to somehow exchange key in a secure manner. Why it is required? Because if somehow any intruder will detect this logic, it can detect the entire message. Because here in the entire data transfer, the logic remains the same. So if this logic is somehow detected, the entire data can be detected by the intruder. Because at every stage is here the symmetric key uses the same encryption key, it is not changed. That's why it is easier to decode the message if one's key is received. The most popular symmetric cryptography system is DES, which is called as Data Encryption System or Data Encryption Standard. We will see in the upcoming session in detail. Now let's move to the next, asymmetric key cryptography. Under this system, a pair of keys is used to encrypt and decrypt the message or information. A public key is used for encryption and a private key is used for decryption. That means this is opposite to that of symmetric key cryptography, where the key remains same throughout the entire exchange of information. Here, two types of keys used, public key and private key. Public key and private key here are different, they are not same. Even if the public key is known by everyone, the intended receiver cannot only decode it because he only knows the private key. That means the intended receiver can only one who can decode the information because he has the private key as well. So public key and private key, both keys are used for asymmetric key cryptography. This is the diagram of encryption model using symmetric key algorithms. Here you can see there are two blocks, main blocks which are indicated. On the left hand side you can see the encryption method E is indicated, and on the right hand side decryption method D is indicated. Here the plain text is the original message which is to be transferred and on which the encryption is to be applied. So the plain text is given to the encryption block, where encryption key is given to obtain the ciphertext. Here ciphertext is the encrypted message that is to be sent over the channel and that is to be decoded at the receiver. Here as you can see the ciphertext C is given as EK of P. That means here the encryption key is applied to the plain text. Now at the receiver side, decryption method is applied, decryption method D is applied. That means here the plain text is to be obtained back using the decryption key K. Okay, that means of whatever the key or whatever the logic is applied at the transmitter side, same way it is to be decoded at the receiver side to get the original text back. Here there are two types of intruder which will try or which can try to access the information which is to be transferred using the channel. First type is passive intruder and the second one is active intruder. Passive intruder are those who just listens to the channel, they cannot alter the data. Whereas active intruder are those who can listen to the data as well as they can alter the data or alter the message which is to be transferred. Okay, so I hope that the cryptography concept is clear to you now, why we are using it, what are the types of it. In the next session, we will see the basic standards DES and AES for cryptography. So, see you in the next session. These are the references for this presentation. Thank you. Thank you for listening.